So, a lot of us are thinking about losing weight, right? Maybe it's through diet, maybe it's with some of the new medications out there like Ozempic. But what if I told you that the number you see on the scale is hiding a pretty dangerous secret? We're about to pull back the curtain on a hidden problem in weight loss that, honestly, almost nobody talks about.
Okay, let me just hit you with the surprising truth right from the get-go. When that number on the scale goes down, you are not just losing fat. I know, it's kind of the inconvenient truth of the entire weight loss world. So if it's not all fat, what else are you actually losing? Get this, up to 30% of the weight that you lose can actually be lean muscle. Just let that sink in for a second. For every 10 pounds you work so hard to drop, 3 of them could be the very tissue that keeps your metabolism fired up and keeps your body feeling strong. You see how losing weight this way can actually start to work against you? So why is losing muscle such a big deal? I mean, really, who cares? Well, it's about so much more than just being able to lift heavy things. We're talking about your body's metabolic engine, and when you start losing it, you kick off this whole cascade of negative effects that can completely sabotage the goals you were working toward. This all leads to this super frustrating situation that a lot of people have felt. They call it skinny fat. You know the feeling, right? The scale says you're lighter, which should be great, but you look in the mirror and you just seem softer. That's what happens when you trade in that dense metabolism-boosting muscle. Your body fat percentage actually goes up, which is the exact opposite of what you want for your health.
When you lose muscle, you're literally slowing down your metabolic engine. And that makes it incredibly easy to gain back all the weight you just fought so hard to lose. Plus, it can lead to lower energy, not so great blood sugar control, and even more inflammation in your body. You're basically setting yourself up for that dreaded yo-yo cycle of dieting and weight rebound. But hey, it doesn't have to be this way. I promise, there is a smarter way to get lean. It's an approach that basically teaches your body to burn the fat for fuel while holding on to that precious metabolic muscle. The big question is, how on earth do you do that? Well, the key, believe it or not, comes from some really compelling new research. Scientists set up a double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical study, the absolute gold standard of research, to see if one specific nutrient could fundamentally change how our bodies lose weight. And the results were, well, they were absolutely stunning. Just take a look at this. Both groups in the study lost the same amount of total weight. But the placebo group, that's the bar on the left, lost a staggering 27% of that weight from muscle. Now look to the right at the group that took krill oil. They lost only 4% from muscle. You guys, that means 96% of the weight they dropped was pure fat. Incredible. So what does this actually mean for you in the real world? It means that even if the number on the scale is exactly the same, you can end up with 2 totally different bodies. One is weaker, its metabolism has slowed way down, and it's basically primed to gain all the weight back. The other body, it's leaner, stronger, and its metabolism is charged up to keep that weight off for good. And this is way more than just data points on a chart. Listen to what Melissa had to say. She experienced this herself. She said that while she was using Ozempic and taking the specific krill oil, she felt stronger, not weaker. I mean, think about that. That has literally never happened to her on any diet before. That's some powerful real-world proof right there. So you have to be asking, how does this krill oil make such a huge difference? Well, the secret is this awesome synergistic 4-in-1 formula that works to protect your metabolism, especially when it's most vulnerable during weight loss. Okay, let's break down how this powerhouse works. First, you've got the omega-3s. Think of these as the signals that tell your body to cool down inflammation and start metabolizing SAT. Second, and this is really unique to krill, are the phospholipids. These act like a VIP express delivery system, getting those omega-3s right into your cells where they can do their job. Third is choline, which helps your liver do its critical work of processing fat. And finally, you have astaxanthin, a really potent antioxidant that basically keeps the oil fresh and powerful. Now here's something you absolutely have to know. You can't just go grab any old bottle of omega-3s off the shelf and expect to see these kinds of results. It just doesn't work that way. The source, the form it's in, the purity, all of it matters a lot. So let's take a look at what sets this specific krill oil from the study, Bridport Health's Super Strength Krill, so far apart from everything else. This comparison really tells the whole story. While a lot of standard fish oils come from low-grade, mass-produced sources, Bridport Health gets its krill from the pure, icy waters of Antarctica. And the real kicker? Its nutrients are in that phospholipid form I mentioned, which means your body can actually absorb it.
It's a huge contrast to the poor uptake you get from fish oil. It's also naturally full of choline, it's cold processed for amazing freshness, and you don't get any of those nasty fishy burps. It's simply in a different league. And this commitment to quality, you can see it in every single step. The krill is sustainably harvested, it's processed right there on the ship to lock in all that freshness, and then it's independently tested to make sure it's pure. And here's the best part. There are no fillers, no synthetics, no cheap bulk oils, just pure clinical-grade krill oil that's designed to get you these kinds of results. So all of this leaves us with a really critical question to ask ourselves about our own health goals. The point of losing weight shouldn't just be to see a lower number on a scale. The real goal should be to build a stronger, healthier, more metabolically active body. So the real question is this: are you ready to lose the fat and keep the muscle?